Alright, so if I'm looking for an exact value, and my problem is tangent, am I sharing my screen? Tangent 32 degrees plus tangent 13 degrees divided by 1 minus tangent 32 degrees times tangent 13 degrees. Ah, you look at that, you're like, oh my God, that looks terrible. Look at your formula chart. You got a plus and a minus. Plus and a minus. This is the right-hand side of the tangent sum identity, right? Beta, beta, alpha, beta. 32, 13, 32, 13. Plus sign, minus sign. So this is just tangent of 32 plus 13. Right? This is my alpha and this is my beta right there. And when I add 32 and 13 together, that makes 45. 45 degrees is on my unit circle. Tangent of 45 degrees, the sine and the cosine are both square root of 2 over 2, so the tangent is 1. Beautiful. Alright, last example. Now this time, instead of an exact value, it's going to say simplify. So I've got sine x, cosine, sine x, sine 3x, minus cosine x, cosine 3x. Alright. So I say, well, let me take a look at my identities. And again, the more you use these, you'll get used to them. So, see on the sines, your sine and your cosine are multiplied together, but on your cosine, you got a cosine with a cosine and a sine with a sine. But in this case, the sine is in the front, the cosine's in the back. So let me just reorder this, commute the terms using the commutative property, and I'll get there. Remember, this negative sign goes with the cosine. And then I look and I say, well, now that's looking really close to an identity, but neither one of my identities has a negative on the cosine. So let me just factor out a negative 1. Right, so that my negative times negative will be positive. And now, da-da-da, now it looks exactly like this, right? The part that's in parentheses here looks exactly like cosine alpha plus beta. I still got my negative 1 in the front. So then that's going to be negative cosine 4x. Alright, so you have homework, which is on page 341 in your textbook, which you might have trouble accessing, so there is a PDF for you on Canvas. It's questions 11 to 21, but just the odds. Okay. And you have a quiz next block, and that quiz covers everything we've done on page 331 and this stuff that we've done on page 341. So if you did not do all your homework last week, if time escaped from you and you did not make time for your pre-cal, between now and Friday, make time to practice by doing your homework.